In the small, unassuming town of Eldridge, Emily Carter found herself at a crossroads in life. Unemployed and struggling to make ends meet, she was desperate for any job she could find. That desperation led her to the unexpected and frightening opportunity to work with the mystic Travels Circus, a traveling show that had recently set up on the outskirts of town. For Emily, this job was a nightmare waiting to unfold. She had a deep-seated phobia of clowns, stemming from a traumatic incident in her childhood. However, the dire straits of her situation left her with no other choice. She accepted a position as an assistant, a behind-the-scenes role she hoped would keep her away from her greatest fear. The circus was a vibrant mix of performers and oddities, a world of wonder that attracted people from all over. Yet for Emily, it was a world tinged with dread. Her work required her to be backstage during performances, which meant unavoidable encounters with the circus's clowns. Each interaction with a clown, even a brief one, sent shivers down her spine. Their exaggerated makeup, the wide, painted smiles, and the hollow laughter reminded her of the clown from her childhood, the one that had terrorized her in a haunted house attraction. As the days passed, Emily's unease grew. She started to feel as though the clowns were watching her, their gazes lingering a little too long, their smiles a bit too knowing. She brushed these feelings off as paranoia, a byproduct of her phobia. One evening, after the show, as Emily was leaving, she realized she had left her bag in the dressing area. The circus was deserted at this hour, the once lively atmosphere now eerily silent. As she made her way back to the dressing room, she heard a noise that made her heart stop. The distinct sound of a clown's laughter echoing in the darkness. She quickened her pace, but the laughter seemed to follow her, growing louder and more sinister. When she reached the dressing room, her bag was not the only thing waiting for her. The room was filled with clowns, standing motionless, their painted faces illuminated by the dim backstage lights. Frozen in fear, Emily watched as one of the clowns stepped forward. It was the head clown, known for his particularly grotesque makeup and unnerving performance. He spoke in a low, distorted voice, telling her that they knew about her fear and that they found it amusing. They had been watching her, playing on her fear for their own twisted entertainment. Emily turned to run, but found the door locked. The clowns began to close in on her, their laughter a cacophony of madness. In a panic, she picked up a prop, a heavy stage lamp, and swung it wildly, managing to break a window and escape into the night. She ran without looking back, the sound of the clown's laughter still ringing in her ears. Emily never returned to the circus, and she never spoke of that night to anyone. But the experience stayed with her, a constant shadow at the edge of her consciousness. The story concludes with Emily's life forever altered. Her fear of clowns deepened into a trauma that she could never escape. The mystic Travels Circus left town shortly after the incident, their departure as mysterious as their arrival.